decent level. We saw some really good plays out of their
cool.
Snake.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, wow.
It
Seems like the live game was not working out here. So yeah, we've just managed to fix that up here. Spain, Netherlands going first, playing the signature deck of theirs. I suppose I think it might be one of the only teams left who we haven't seen the secondary deck played by.
I want to say it's the only one.
Yeah.
I want to say it's the only team where I don't even know what the second deck is. We've seen it out of Germany, we've seen it out of France, we've seen it out of Italy, and we've seen it out of the UK. The only team out of the 5 that have completely stuck to their primary deck is Spain, Netherlands. So far, it's led them to a 1-1 record, and they are going first in this 3rd game of theirs, which is overall round 7 of the 10 round-robin rounds that we have coming up.
Yeah, the branded deck, not as shocking, still pretty strong. The Exorcister, you know, powerful in its own right.
100% win rate, I'm telling you.
But one of the big shockers, if you missed it earlier, the very first game we watched this week, this Saturday, is the Tri-Brigade deck.
Team France came to this Invitational, brought Snake Eyes as one of their decks, and then just brought the Tri-Brigade deck to their first game of the day to start us off with.
And let me tell you, Ash Blossom on Fractal, it hits different.
It did not go too well for them in the first round. To be fair, they were hit with a pretty strong hand from Team Italy, though, with
Ash Maxi.
It was Ash Maxi into Snake Eyes Ash paired with the Crossout Designator, so wouldn't really blame it on the Tri-Brigade deck right there.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think what you're leading to is, did they bring it again? Do they really? Do they believe in the Tri-Brigade deck, or have they maybe lost faith in it after that round 1 loss?
So 42 cards being played by them. So
that is.
We'll see if that indicates anything on the next turn, as we have no disruptions. Nothing being triggered here. I think this is where Flamberge is being summoned back here.
The Princess is going to bring back the Flamberge. The Flamberge is going to bring back the IP Masquerena. We've seen these. They're just going through the motions. I assume the Promethean Princess and the Snake Eyes Ash are going to turn into a Amblo Whale or a Sunlight Wolf as well.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sunlight Wolf being played.
There's 2 lines you can go from this position. They are going for the Amblo Whale here. But what you can do to switch things up or to go for a different line is you can Promethean Princess plus Flamberge can go into a Sunlight Wolf. Then you can bring the Linkaribo back from the graveyard by attributing the leftover level 1. That triggers Sunlight Wolf to add back a fire monster, and then Sunlight Wolf and Linkaribo are both Cyburst monsters, which is my favorite type. And then you go into a Decode Talker Heat Soul to draw a card on your turn and a card on your opponent's.
Oh, wow, they actually have brought Tri-Brigade.
Okay.
You know, I think when they were told that this is a fire format, they might have got the wrong fire deck here, as Fractal is negated by Ash Blossom.
Their deck building filters to fire and just went with it.
Yeah, the Tri-Brigade, the best starter in Fractal, the best starter in Tri-Brigade. That's a big duster, by the way.
The problem is that the Flamberge can avoid it by bringing the IP Masquerena out anyways, but you're still getting value from this. I mean, you're getting rid of the set card, you're getting rid of the Temple.
Yeah, the Temple is like cutting off some follow-up here potentially. If we can deal with that Flamberge. You know, Tri-Brigade does summon Shurig, so there is decent removal here. That was an imperm we managed to hit.
Impermanence that we got rid of. The Poplar is still going to place something in the Spell and Trap Zone. Now, we are down to... We have 4 cards. We're still in need... We still need to deal with IP Masquerena. We still need to deal with Promethean Princess. And of course, the Flamberge is going to make it so that we have follow-up. And it is...
Lyrilusk
Tri-Brigade.
And that's a good one if we can maybe get Warbler out into the, what's the brown one called? Cobalt, right?
There's Cobalt Sparrow, I think is the one that you're referring to.
I think that would be the ideal special summon here. It is going to trigger on
They
summon.
have one, that's important.
Yeah.
You never know.
Usually getting into the graveyard is the best play with Warbler because it does summon from hand or grave, but it didn't look like we opened the, what was it, Call, I think is...
Bird Call, yeah.
Yeah, Bird Call.
This is an interesting spot where against a relatively combo-heavy deck like Tri-Brigade Lyrilusk, you could just choose to use the IP Masquerena to go into a Appaloosa in this position. The problem with Appaloosa in these sort of game states is that Triple Tactics Talents is really dangerous, because if they just take your Appaloosa, they not only get rid of it for you, but they also take it and have the ability to stop your own monster effects later on.
Although we have used Masquerena,
This is
rather Princess before Masquerena.
And this is a very, I'm saying interesting.
It's a kind way to put it.
It's, yes. We can't use this Masquerena unless we want to link into specifically a Nightmare Phoenix.
Nightmare Phoenix stops Tenki, not wrong.
It doesn't stop Tenki, no. It destroys Tenki after you've added with it.
Well, I was referring to the attack boost, but sure.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you're right, yeah. You're so smart.
All right, so Flamber still gets the trigger here. That's going to give us a good amount of follow-up. Ash and Poplar are both getting triggered searches. Talents has been online for a while here, so we'll see if that comes out of the hand. And stealing a level 1 could be kind of decent, you know, just saying.
That's true. That's actually funny. Yeah, you Talents take a level 1 to make like a rank 1 Xyz. Yeah.
Nightingale into like a big Zeus potentially. Kurikara searched as follow-up here, so that's something to pay attention to. But yeah, locked into fire monsters is a bit rough here. Keras follow-up, that's not too bad.
Okay.
And discarding Nerval, that's not too bad either. We still have
haven't
our normal summons
yet. Yeah. And we have used from honestly from Spain, Netherlands, and we've used our
Everything.
disruptions very like prematurely, and especially the Promethean Princess blocking us from using the Masquerena here is it's a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. Now the question is like, how far do you go here? Because you're definitely gonna have to deal with Masquerena as early as you can. Because if you deal with Princess first, then Masquerena suddenly turns online, and you also need to make sure that Amber Whale can't trigger at any point either. So it's still a decent amount to try and, you know, fight through here. We'll see just exactly how they do that. Keras.
One thing that's definitely worth noting, which is also a small nuance of the Snake Eye decks, is as long as Promethean Princess is here, you don't need to worry about Nibiru.
Yeah, exactly. Even from hand or graveyard, Princess locks you into fires and completely, totally. And still no normal summon used, by the way, because the Ferrijit can special from hand.
They don't believe in normal summons.
They are not necessary for this strategy, but a mismatch of levels on the field here, 1, 2, and 4. We do get to make big link plays here, potentially.
That
but
makes a Constellar Xyz Duel Links.
That is... Wow, I'm surprised you remember that skill. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, so this deck is, like, really powerful going first, right? Like, you end on, like, Simorg with a negate, what's the trap card called again? It's been a while. Revolt.
Yeah.
There's so much, like, so much disruption, especially with Apollosa and potentially DDL, right? Like, it's really good going first.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to, like, think, like, offering what going second? It's the ability to go into Shurig and remove things, and also potentially Zeus. And we're not going for Zeus lines, it looks like. Yeah.
I mean, we are not the ones that need to figure it out. It's Pikami and
we'll see what they've got for us. And
yeah,
they have.
We can listen in maybe. I think we heard them talking for a little bit there.
Yeah, if we can get the audio up from Team France, maybe they can tell us a little bit about what the plan is with Tri-Brigade in this situation. Shurig forming a chain here with the Ferrijit. We get to replace a card in our hand here. Digging and replacing, really strong. Could see a Talents. And let's see what they're telling us here.
You can send.
Rock Masquerena.
Yeah, talking about Masquerena first again because
It's
of
a
that fire
delicate
lock.
position because like you want to get that princess out of here for the rest of the game, but you definitely don't want to unlock this Masquerena. So
Is that to target princess?
ooh, the
He
princess.
already used the effect, but it doesn't target.
Mm.
And they go for the Masquerena.
Okay.
Okay. And now this opens up the princess to be removed. Using the Ferrijit to fix their hand.
If they see a Talents here, that could be really strong.
Talents would be
Because
great.
you could,
I mean,
you could.
haven't used Fractal yet either.
Yeah, there's still a link to we can do here.
We have 3 materials or 2. We can link off the Shurig to search a normal summon.
Yeah.
Right?
You could go for like, what? Maybe like a really big access code here.
What about like using double Dragon Lords to send the
To bounce
Shurig?
the oh, Canary's massive actually.
Oh wait, no, this locks you into Xyz though.
Yeah. Wait, this is too early, isn't it?
I mean,
You definitely want to link off that Shurig, right?
I would think so, but they disagree.
Okay.
But this is, I mean, regardless of when you use it, this is a great last card in hand to have. This is a lot of pressure from the Lurelast deck because you get to make a rank 1 here, Recital Starling, add another level 1
Yeah, you can add Nerval, right, and just normal summon it.
Well, yeah, you can't use
But then
the
you
Nerval.
can't
That's
use
the
it.
problem.
Yeah, I don't know. This Canary feels really awkward. Because I would have liked to
Do they
seen,
have
like,
another way? Do they have another way to get to another rank 1?
another way to get another rank 1.
Yeah, like if they go Recital Starling, add a level 1 Winged Beast. Is
Uh,
there another level 1 Winged Beast in the deck that gives you basically an instant rank 1 Xyz?
Canary's the only one, right? There's Swallow, but that you need another card in your hand for
Isn't
it.
there one that specials one from the graveyard as well?
That's Warbler, right?
Oh, we used Warble already though. Yeah.
You also need to control no monsters for it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, if it's special summoned, you can use it, but we don't have Bird Call to summon it, and we've already used that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I feel like if you go access code with Shurig, it's really big, and you get the search.
Isn't there one that lets you summon itself and another one from hand?
Yeah, the Swallow.
Okay, so what we can do is we can go Recital Starling at the Swallow.
How are we getting the second summon?
Double Dragon Lords send the Shurig. Search.
Okay.
And then
all
we'd
right.
have we're not doing that.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're just going for Nightingale.
This is interesting because Zeus here. I mean, we're still getting a lot of stuff out of the way, to be fair.
This clears a decent amount.
They also have a funny option, I want to say, but I would expect it to be in their deck in this
Funny
format.
option, okay.
Well, I mean,
Please
Shurig searching
share.
a DD Crow is like actually, is quite
pretty
good in
good,
this
yeah.
matchup.
Yeah, I wonder what the lineup is for the...
I'd be surprised if there was no DD Crow in this format. It's really strong. It's even good against like Super Heavy Samurai and other stuff.
double attacks with a Nightingale, so the greatest amount of damage
I
coming
mean,
up
yeah, but
here.
still, like we full clear the board.
So is Canary XE lock in general, or is it also Wing Beasts?
We're just locked into Xyz right now. We can Zeus.
Okay.
So I would say use double Dragon Lords, spin the Ambler Whale back into the extra.
Wow, we're not Zeusing, we're not anything, we're just... Okay, well, I guess we can't...
Am I missing a card that locks them into Winged Beast?
No, there's definitely nothing that locks you into Wing Beasts. It's just Link Summoning and materials for Link Summoning.
Surely
off of the tri-types.
play Zeus, though. Surely.
Can we check their extra?
I don't
No,
think
we can't.
I mean, we're in
No.
spectate mode. I don't think we
Yeah.
can. Okay.
It could be a timer thing. Maybe they ran out of time, potentially.
Maybe. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of right now.
Well, we've got the follow-up Sinful Spoils on the Poplar in the scale, which is pretty strong. We get to special summon out any kind of follow-up here. Might just go for another Ash or Oak. Yeah, that works too. We have our double Dragon Lord send to add and bounce, so
Yep.
that's some kind of follow-up on Shurig. Is there any way we can trigger Shurig on our opponent's turn?
Yeah, we send it for double Dragon Lord still.
No, but like trigger the banish effect? I don't think so, right?
Well, not in this position.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's ways to do that, but not right now. Like you could, if you were able to search a revolt last turn, you could like revolt into a different link and then trigger
Mhm.
the Shurik with that. I don't think with the setup that they currently have.
Because I was thinking like it would be kind of cool if there was a way to set up to like trigger Shurig on our opponent's turn.
definitely. That'd be nice.
But, yeah. Do you think this deck plays Princess?
Promethean Princess?
Because you can bring back Bear Brum, you can bring back Fractal,
You
and there's
can.
like some fire plays weirdly enough.
I mean, yeah, you can under Promethean Princess, you could still use Fractal to summon another like a Bear Brum out. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm curious if
wouldn't-
they've developed it like that, or if they just straight up just took like a Tri-Lure Lustrelisk from like 8 months ago. Like this should work, right? We heard that banishing cards are good. So Oak brings out the Ash from the graveyard here, triggering the Poplar search from the hand. And yeah, I mean the thing is like there's not a lot of disruption. It's just that Dragon Lord. So
Yeah, you still need to navigate around it somewhat carefully. And Nightingale makes it so it cannot be destroyed by battle. Is that what it does?
yeah, so
And you also take no damage from it. I think that's important.
yeah, so I think the most important thing
Yeah.
here is that they are not going to lose this turn. At
Exactly.
least,
Yeah, you
know.
take no battle damage. Period. Like you cannot lose the game on this turn. However, they are on 0 cards in hand, so the task for Team Spain Netherlands is not to figure out, how do I put up enough damage this turn. It's more like, how do I get rid of all these monsters on the field without providing them any sort of advantage in the hand? Like, the Shurake is going to be able to search a card for next turn, but that's going to be it, right? And so, like, Team Spain Netherlands just has to figure out, how do I get rid of these monsters on the field and make sure I deal with that one card they're going to have in hand.
Still in a decent spot regardless, though. Team Spain Netherlands have so much link material, and they get to trigger Flamberge now. So this is a full field of monsters.
I wonder if this is your bounce for Double Dragon Lords. I guess since it's already reborning right now with the...
I'm trying to remember which team it was that used the Underworld Goddess.
The Underworld Goddess happened from Team Spain.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
that was when they played against Team UK and got Nibiru'd on...
Because,
UK's
like,
playground.
if they don't use Dragon Lord here, that... Okay, well, I mean, they're forcing it, so...
Okay.
I was going to
They could have
suggest,
just
like...
linked it off. Yeah, you're right. They could have just linked it off and gotten rid of that threat.
So I wonder what they send here. Probably just itself. Yeah. So I suppose it's fine. You don't get the Shurake search, but I guess leaving Shurake on the field basically says, hey, you need to out this.
I mean, they can, though, is the thing that I'm worried about. Like,
How do they out it without triggering it?
like Nightmare Unicorn?
Yeah.
J'aurais tendance à dire Nadine.
Should have ways to
Yeah,
get to that.
Ouais.
I'm
Didn't
listening
get
into
her
the
up.
players just now here and see if they've got any insights for us.
I think that was Team France,
Ni
though. I think
Black
it'd be more interesting to
Ouais,
hear
mais
what
la plus
Team Spain
française, du
Netherlands
coup, c'est plus compliqué, quoi.
is talking about at the moment.
Well, I just heard him say "c'est compliqué," which is this is
That-
complicated.
I think
so,
it's Team France. in
not
this.
wrong.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
So talking about Fractal there.
It's just Quantal labbing out the lines and Guardian Kelta just giving him the thumbs up.
Sounds good. Ooh, Sunlight Wolf.
There's the
Okay.
Sunlight Wolf. And that is one of the coolest things about the Sunlight Wolf in this deck is you have Ash Blossom and Joy Springs once,
Do it again.
you have it
We
again.
can make Apple after.
Yeah. I like it.
So Apollosa really, really strong against this deck specifically. Oh wow!
Ooh, a Nightmare Cerberus.
I did not know
I-
we had space for that.
I love the Nightmare Phoenix in this deck because it's so easy to co-link. Obviously that's easier to use because it's a fire monster. But here,
Always
I mean,
have
we're
to carry
getting used
cannons
to
with
this Cerberus,
the-
and it's actually funny because in this scenario, it actually matters that Team France just didn't normal summon last turn. They used the Ferigi to special this Fractal and never ended up using their normal summon. Had they normal summoned it, it would not have been able to destroy it by the Cerberus, but
Yeah, true. Wait, what was that?
Kurikara.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's big.
Literally big.
And that is...
How are we gonna get rid of the Shurake?
That is currently 9,400 points of attack, but there is a...
They did use Nightingale's effect this turn, right? Yeah, they have.
They're
Okay,
not
cool.
going to be...
So they weren't jump scared into
losing.
that. So yeah, just to clarify, make sure that everyone does remember, if you're watching this on stream right now, the the battle damage will not be,
They won't
be
take
battle damage.
Yeah.
So they will survive regardless. So it's just a case of navigating through this and putting up disruption.
Is there any sort of great target for the Kurikara to revive during the end phase? Well, never mind.
Double Dragon Lord,
I
potentially.
don't think that was properly summoned, was it?
Good point, actually. Yeah.
I think it's just the
Yeah.
Tribrigates. It's been a while since Tribrigate have been this relevant, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we're not gonna co-link here.
No, it is. It's co-linked. with
Oh,
the-
right, yeah, points upwards and yeah. Yeah, okay, nice. We get to spin away the unicorn with the unicorn.
And this
get a
is an
draw in the
opportunity.
process.
This is an opportunity I've been waiting for. If these two nightmares stay on the field,
We draw two.
we draw two. And this hasn't happened to me in a long, long time.
I did it once during when Mystic Mine was popular.
Mhm.
You set up a bunch of nightmares, and then you just draw out two every turn until you draw the Mystic Mine out.
So you deck out faster, I see.
Well, you draw your out ideally, which is Cosmic Cyclone. But
And there we go. That's a big Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess versus... Well, it's not that big, but against one card, it's going to be sufficient. Oh, we attack anyways, okay, for dominance. I dig it.
just
I like it.
asserting that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Team
So-
France on one single top deck here, staring down an Apollosa. There's a notoriously a difficult amount of ways for you to deal
Pot
with Apollosa.
of Desires.
Can you negate Kerasis Summon effect? I don't think it's an effect, right? It just
The one summoned from hand,
yeah.
you can negate it, but they
Can you?
they wouldn't
Yeah.
have another card.
Yeah, so,
Fractal.
like-
Fractal is the one they need, right? Fractal can attack it first.
That's true. Yeah, normal summon Fractal, attack, and then use the effect on field is
Yep.
like the one play they have here. And
They've
it's pass.
chosen to go to the end phase instead.
That's not a Fractal. All right. Well, with Team Spain, they just have to summon anything, link it away, trigger the Flamberge,
As long as
bring
the
something
Flamberge
back.
hits the graveyard here, yeah.
You'll
As
be, in
long
a
as
good
this,
spot.
yep, and we have follow-up guaranteed from original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye.
We've used a decent amount of extra deck, but I mean, we should
as
have
long as there's a
something to
link
make.
too. Let me see. Is there any link there? Hita hasn't been used. That's a link to
Yeah,
it. They can
any
make.
charmer.
You don't even technically you don't even need a link too because you can use a Snake Eye effect to send itself and the Flamberge, get it to the graveyard this way. The only other question is what kind of big attack link monsters can they go into?
Why does it matter?
I mean, they need to put damage out somehow.
Can they search the temple here?
They used the temple. It got Harpy's Feather Dusted, didn't it?
Oh yeah, that's true. We did start with.
So
the
they don't have a
Duster.
way to like the Snake Eye monsters are not going to represent a lot of damage. They're going to have to do it with link monsters.
Yeah. I mean, if
Um,
you are.
I mean, they
feeling-
have the materials for an access code talker.
If you're feeling spicy, you could make access with Apollosa, but I think that's a card you wanna leave on the
Very
field.
spicy. That also takes your entire field at the moment.
But yeah, big materials still to come out from Flamberge, and I mean, it doesn't really matter that much if you don't have game this turn.
They are just
regardless.
going through the motions. I think ideally you would, of course, try to find it this turn. Hita, I'm thinking Hita with the Flamberge and the Poplar. Then you revive 2 level 1s. You turn the Hita into... Wait, you don't have another Link 3 though, because the Unicorn is already out. Can't make Heat Soul with Hita, because it's not a Cyberse.
People play 2 Princess in TCG, but is that a thing in Macedon?
It's not even that common in the TCG because the extra deck is really tight, but in theory, you could. They're scaling, placing
The
double Dragon Lords, and they can't do it. They don't have the extra deck tools for it, and I think they are missing the fact that they can't summon that.
summoning it back as a spell and trap doesn't work, right?
I don't think it has been. It hasn't been properly summoned because they
Yeah.
used a Tri-Brigade to summon it, and I think that means you cannot bring that out via like a regular special summon.
Admittedly, there isn't really a lot. Oh wow, going for that extra 300 damage there.
Clutch.
That's relevant.
Most importantly, actually, what's really relevant about this Linkaribo being on the field now is that now Fractal can't attack over Appaloosa anymore, even if we do find it.
that's important, yeah. So 1900 Apollosa.
It's funny how
Fractal.
this Snake Eye deck is just full of follow-up, but is struggling to get over the finish line here. It's like, yeah, I'm starting the turn with an Appaloosa and a Flamberge on the field, and a normal summon Snake Eye Ash, and I can't do it. I can't put it up. I don't have it in me.
Yeah, it's just too much when you try and set up Nightmare
Like,
Unicorn and Cerberus.
tag me out, coach. I can't do it.
Just out of gas. 1600 life points remaining. Team France has 2
And the
cards in
dream.
hand. Didn't play anything at all last turn, so I mean, I guess maybe if they even had a play, it's just not worth it because like Apollosa's on the field here,
Yeah,
so
if it
they
was
have
like-
to
yeah, if it
try and pair it with something. No, another end
They're
phase.
pairing it with another end phase.
There isn't a lot of things that you can do from here. No.
Now
that's unfortunate.
watch them not be able to target the double Dragon Lord and be like,
I'm trying to look at Quantum's
I'm
face right now.
trying to identify whether that is a look of confusion on any of their face.
I don't think he particularly cares. That's a lot of damage
He's
we've got
acting.
now.
He's acting though. I can tell.
Okay, I see some
Yeah,
laughing.
yeah.
All right, battle phase to end this one quickly here. Apollosa 4 game 1600.
Exactly.
closes this one.
Beautiful. All right, and they move on with a 2-1 record over France, who are now sitting at a 1-2 record. Not sure if they can maybe squeeze it in with a 2-2 record. I don't know if the way it plays out, if there's a bunch of people at 2-2 towards the end of the rounds here, if there's a possibility for them to still make it. I'm sure they're going to try. And to be honest, for Tri-Brigade standards, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, an effort was made.
Yeah.
To be fair, like genuinely, like looking back at that turn with the Shurig, the Double Dragon Lord, and just a bunch of guys
Yeah.
left up, like unless we're critically missing something there,
Yeah.
it feels like that turn could have been a little bit better, right? The Canary XE lock, I think, had to have been something
Exactly.
they
I feel like they had maybe a line to navigate through that field there, but they did not find it in that moment, unfortunately. Which means Team Spain Netherlands is going to move on with a 2-1 record, and we're going to send you guys over to Ed to give them a little interview for us.
Let's hear it from the players.
Welcome back. Yes, I am here with our winners of that last round. Guys, we've spoken many times by this point, but Lyrilusk, were you expecting to go up against something like that in this tournament?
I knew they played Tri-Brigade cards, but I wasn't sure what like the second part of their deck was. So I was shocked when they summoned the Lyrilusk, and that also made me make a mistake later on, but luckily they couldn't punish us for that.
Was that when you didn't link into IP?
I forgot to activate IP in response to Princess, yes.
It's alright, it happens to the best of us. Even the world champ can make mistakes. Then you got fire locked instead, was that right?
Yeah, but luckily they didn't really put a threatening board, which was easily outable.
And there was a lot of times where you guys had to sort of take a few turns to chip away. So how do you remain calm and composed when you have to take a lot of turns?
Just keep calm and step by step. And later we have to make an Appaloosa and just finish the game.
You had a lot of negates. You had a pretty good dominant field there. So congratulations. You've taken this. You guys will have... You've got one more coming up, actually, don't you? You guys are about to go up against Germany.
Playing against Emre is going to be interesting.
Teammates, world champion teammates going against each other in the Invitational. How do you feel about it?
I hope he doesn't queue EXO, because I know he will draw Shifter, because he always does. And yeah, it's going to be interesting.